Britain and France are working on a new framework to support Ukraine's defense, as concerns grow over a possible withdrawal of U.S. involvement under Donald Trump. According to the Telegraph, European allies are now preparing for Kyiv's long-term security without relying on American participation. "We need to face reality and accept the U.S. won't be on board," said a Western official familiar with recent discussions held in The Hague. Sources cited by the Telegraph indicate that European countries, once aligned with U.S.-led efforts to broker a peace deal with Russia, are now shifting their focus. The emphasis is turning towards strengthening Ukraine's defense independently of Washington. A recent gathering of senior foreign ministry officials in the Netherlands signaled this shift. The so-called Coalition of the Willing, reportedly led by UK Labour leader Keir Starmer and French President Emmanuel Macron, is redirecting its strategy. More than 30 nations support the initiative, though only a few have publicly committed to deploying troops. U.S. resistance to NATO membership for Ukraine. The discussion centered on how to maintain essential support for Ukraine if we assume the U.S. limits its role to specific contributions like intelligence sharing. One diplomat explained, "While the Biden administration continues to fulfill existing arms contracts, it has refrained from signing new agreements. The U.S. has approved the sale of F-16 components to Ukraine and has allowed European allies to transfer American-made weapons. However, Ukraine's potential NATO membership remains a key sticking point for Trump. His advisor, General Keith Kellogg, has made clear that Trump opposes Ukraine joining the alliance, an opinion reportedly shared by some current NATO members. Despite these challenges, European nations are preparing to invite Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky to next month's NATO summit in The Hague. His attendance had been uncertain due to Trump's position, Kyiv's conditions, and the road ahead. With U.S. mediation prospects dwindling, Ukraine is insisting on clear preconditions from Russia ahead of the next round of peace talks in Istanbul. Kyiv is demanding a formal peace memorandum from the Kremlin. Next week is set to be diplomatically significant. On Monday, new Ukraine-Russia talks are scheduled to take place in Istanbul, with national security advisors from the UK, Germany, and France expected to participate. In parallel, Britain and Germany will co-host a meeting of the Ukraine Defense Contact Group, where around 50 countries will coordinate further military aid to Kyiv. U.S. role in jeopardy. The United States is reportedly considering withdrawing from the peace negotiations if Russia fails to show genuine commitment to ending the war. A U.S. official emphasized that Washington remains willing to support the peace process, provided both Russia and Ukraine are sincerely engaged. The U.S. also aims to work alongside the EU and the UN to lay the groundwork for a ceasefire and eventual peace.